Okay guys, it's time for another one of these Habs news update thingy-majiggies. I may not have been around the past couple of days, but hey, I'm back. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the new line combinations that were being used at practice today. We'll talk a little bit about a wrestling match that broke out at practice. And we're going to dive right into the surprise Marc Bergevin press conference that happened today. And I'm going to try and give you guys the most important parts, okay? The mashed potatoes of the conversation. But first, if you're a fan of the Habs or you're just a sucker for punishment, then please consider subscribing to my channel, as I upload a ton of hockey content and would really enjoy having some more of you grasshoppers tag along for the ride. Now, what do we got here? Let's start things off by taking a look at Marc Bergevin's press conference. Okay, we're only 4 games in. This was kind of a shock. It came out of nowhere. But I guess Marc Bergevin realizes that things have gone to shit. And he felt a need to address this. In his own words, he would say, hey, Montreal is a different market. He's part of the team, and he felt the need to yap a little bit about what's been going on around here. He would tell the media he doesn't feel like there's a need to make a trade right now. Again, in his own words, he's not going to make a change just to make a change. It doesn't have anything to do with the cap space or anything like that, but rather, get a load of this. He believes in the players on the team. Bergevin feels like they gotta dig themselves out of this hole. You know, he's kind of giving it the old, don't worry, the boys, they're gonna figure it out. They got this. Just give it time. Now, because there's a lot of names missing from the lineup, he was getting asked, where are these guys? And when it comes to Joe Edmundson, apparently Edmundson's dad hasn't been doing too well. He was diagnosed with lung cancer back in 2020, and the guy, he's just going through a tough time right now. It's terrible. There's no time frame on when Edmundson's going to be back. Bergevin would say that Edmundson is really shook up right now, which is totally understandable. And Bergie said he gave him a hug and told him that family comes first. So yeah, that explains why Edmundson hasn't been around of late, and you got to feel for the guy because that's pretty sad. Bergevin would also make some comments about Shea Weber today. He confirmed that Weber hasn't even had a surgery yet on his ankles because they're uncertain on how this is going to affect him. They don't even know if the surgery is going to do jack shit. Gosh. He would say yet again that he's not going to be back this season, and for him to even ever play again is going to be, quote, a long shot. Jeez, that doesn't sound good at all. The more and more that you hear about Shea Weber, the more and more it sounds like Papa Bear is done with hockey. But going on another tangent, Bergevin would also add that he does have a plan for Shea Weber, and he's going to disclose the details if it materializes. And like our boy John Lou said, this is such a cryptic message. Attaboy, Lou. But it does make you wonder if at some point they're just going to come out and say, hey, Weber, he's done. He's retired. But he's going to be back with the Habs as some sort of player development guy or a scout or a coach of some sort or UEP. I don't know. You know what I mean? The last thing of note here from the Bergevin press conference was that it sounds like he really wants to be the GM of the Habs again next year. But anyway, let's move on. Let's put the Bergevin press conference on the back burner because the boys, they had a practice today. Now, can you believe that? Montreal needing a practice. Anyway, things would get a little heated between Alexander Romanov and Yoel Armia. John Lou has got all the details right here. Right down to the motive. Nice detective work, Lou. Apparently, Armia got hit with Romanov's stick, and Armia, he went ballistic a little bit, dropped his purse. There was makeup all over the ice. He began wrestling with old Alexander Romanov. They started pulling each other's hair. I'm just kidding. But Armia does kind of chase Romanov down and gives him the old slam to the ice. And then Romanov gets up, looking a little frustrated, and he throws a puck gently towards Armia. Now it's nice seeing some kind of emotion in practice. That's normal. But geez, man, can that shit up for Thursday night against other teams, okay? Because if you're not happy, wrestle with somebody on Carolina. If you're not going to score any goals, at least entertain us. I need to be entertained. Also at practice today, Dom made some line changes, if you can believe that, as he realized, hey, I've only got one line that's semi-clicking right now, so let's see what he came up with here. We got Nick Suzuki paired with Mike Hoffman and Brendan Gallagher. Ooh, that's new. We also got Christian Dvorak still between Jonathan Drouin and Josh Anderson. I guess he thinks it's working, so let's not split it up. Moving on to the third line. Get ready for this one. We got Matthew Perreault at center. Holy shit. Between Tyler Toffoli and their little bundle of joy, Colonoscopy Caulfield. That's right, Toffoli and Caulfield have both moved down the bench. And just for shits and giggles, we also got a fourth line here of Jake Evans between our little shit pocket and our turkey Lehkonen. So, that is different. It's going to be interesting to see how they look against Carolina. If, these are the lines that they're going to roll with. The boys over there on Reddit are already saying, I see we're at the randomly generated lines part of the season already. And I gotta admit, I thought that was kind of funny because, we're only 4 games in. And Montreal is already up shit creek. And they don't even have a paddle. And do you know what that means, guys? When you're up shit creek without a paddle? That means you use your hands, okay? As a paddle. Anyway, guys, that does it for this video. Let me know your thoughts down there in the dirty ass comment section. And hey, I'll see you next time.